Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, April 3rd, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You're going to see that the futures are trading higher by about $1.50 right now to $18.8450 per contract. So a little bit of an uptick here in the futures market. It's basically coming on the back of the stronger dollar-yen. Dollar-yen has not retreated. It just continues to move higher. You could see even over the past several days, if you take a look at a daily chart, it has just continued to climb. So as long as the dollar-yen holds up, the stock market should hold up. I know you'll hear a lot of chatter today about the European Central Bank keeping their key interest rate unchanged, and that is true. The ECB did not move on any kind of stimulus here or additional stimulus. They just kept their rate unchanged. But either way, the market really doesn't care about that. The market cares about the dollar-yen chart. Also, we had initial jobless claims, and you also had a trade deficit number that came out as well. But again, the market really could care less about any of that stuff. The market just cares about dollar-yen. The dollar-yen moves up, stock market moves up. Dollar-yen moves down, stock market moves down. The same case goes for gold. If dollar-yen moves up, gold moves lower, and vice versa. Okay, so we'll talk about gold a little bit later, but right now this is what the market is all about. It's all about this carry trade, keeping the liquidity pumped into the system as long as the yen weakens, meaning the dollar-yen chart goes higher. Okay, let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. We're going to start off with Google. Google broke up its shares to two different classes. This will be the Class A shares, GOOGL. Okay, so Google with an L at the end will be the old shares that you normally trade. The new shares will be the same symbol as the old shares, which is GOOG. So again, this is done to give the founders of the company more power, and I guess that's what they're doing, so that's fine. But I'm not sure which one is going to trade more volume, but I would have to think the Google with the L at the end would be the more preferred one to trade, but I don't know. So right now it looks like regular Google is getting the regular Google symbol, which is the new class, is getting more volume. So we'll keep that on the radar today. We'll see how that shakes out. But either way, the old shares are Google with the L at the end of the ticker symbol. The new shares are just regular Google, GOOG. All right, let's take a look at CACI. This is one I'm going to have as a gap play in the chat room today. This stock is getting hammered. It closed at 74.56. Stock is trading at 68.19. I believe there was some news out on it today. It looks like they cut their full year targets. So again, we'll see how that plays out. I do have some levels, though, for this one as a scalp trade. So come on over to the chat room. That'll be posted up at 9 a.m. Hopefully we'll be able to capture that and make some money off it. But either way you slice it or dice it, the stock is getting hit pretty hard today. Let's take a look at Juniper Networks, JNPR. It looks like this company is cutting 6% of its workforce. That's usually a pretty good sign to go higher. But right now I'm not really seeing great action in Juniper before the opening bell. So I'm going to give you a level, $24.60. If the stock trades down there, that will be your intraday scalp level, $24.60 for Juniper. So keep that one on your radar. If it gets there, that's a play for Juniper today on a scalp basis. Remember, a scalp is nothing more than a quick day trade. It lasts from about 10 to 30 minutes. You're looking to take a little bite out of the market, nothing more than that. You're not looking to hold this thing all day. You're looking to take a quick bite, 20, 30, 40 cents, and then you run and you leave it alone. The next one on my list here is this Perry Ellis. It looks like they had earnings as well today. Stock is moving higher. The stock could have upside potential to around $15.15. You have a gap resistance level around $15.36 and more resistance around $15.50. Now this is a very, very thin equity. What I mean by that is if you look at the daily chart, it rarely trades, 200,000, 300,000 shares a day. So these stocks like this can overshoot to the upside a little bit. So you got to be very, very careful if you're trying to short it. I would not be looking really to short anything this thin. But again, if you own it, you trail your stop loss. You probably got to trade up to around the $15.10 level. But once you get to that area, you're going to start to look for good resistance points. And like I said, 1535 is 1536 is gap fill. I'm showing resistance already at 1515, and then 1551 should be a ton of resistance. So again, don't look for more than that out of the equity, at least from what I could see, at least at the moment. Okay, so keep that on the radar. Let's take a look at Rio Tinto. This is one that is gapping down a little bit today. The stock closed at $56.38 last night. It's trading at $55.28, so it is down ticking a little bit. The only good level I see for Rio would be 51.25. Gets down to 51.25, there could be a scalp play there. But other than that, I don't really see much there for the stock. Definitely on the weaker side today, but it's not down all that much. But keep 51 on your radar. If it gets down to 51.25, you can scalp that to the upside. Let's take a look at Credit Suisse. It looks like Credit Suisse is in the news today. They came out and said that they're going to put aside $480 million to cover costs related to a possible tax deal with the U.S. Basically, they've been under investigation for helping wealthy Americans hide their money and avoid paying taxes. So they're going to set some capital aside. Again, that's just the cost of doing business for these guys. So not a big deal. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of upside in Credit Suisse today. Again, sometimes the news comes out. It's beneficial for the stock. But in this case, the news is out and the stock's already had a run. So that news may have already been baked into the cake. So I don't see a lot of upside for Credit Suisse today. Maybe a little bit of a pullback is in the cards, if you ask me. So we'll see how that plays out. Taking a look at the euro today, the euro is basically flat. It's been all over the map. Right now there's a press conference going on with Mario Draghi. I'm sure he's going to try to weaken the euro with his words. We'll see how effective that is. I'm not really sure how it's going to play out, but either way, the euro, if it does decline, has a ton of support at 136.71. So you want to keep that on your radar if it does get down there. And I'm just going to draw the line in there so you get a good visual. 136.71 is where this would go. So again, if by some chance it does trade down there, 136.71 would be your bounce level. Keep that on the radar for later today. Let's take a look at the oil market today. Right now you have oil down about 29 cents to $99.33 a barrel. If we take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, that's trading at 35.80. Again, I don't see anything significant in oil. Watch for an intraday bounce at around 34.90 if it trades down to that level. 35.22 could also be a little bit of support, but my best bet for today is 34.90 if the USO does trade down to that level. And again, I'm not sure if it's going to get there, but if it does, keep that on the radar. That's your intraday scalp play. Looking at the gold market today, gold is trading down $6.50 an ounce, and that is currently at 1284.70. So gold is at $1,284.70 an ounce currently. Let's go to the GLD, which is a good proxy for trading gold futures, and you'll see this is trading right around 123.80. I happen to think there's a lot of support around 123.25, 123.50 in that vicinity on the daily chart. So again, keep gold on the radar. Remember, if by some chance dollar yen pulls back, gold will get a bid. If by some chance dollar yen makes more new highs, gold will start to retreat and sell off. That's the deal right now. Gold is trading inversely to the dollar yen chart. I know a lot of people aren't talking about it. You're not going to hear this on CNBC. You're not going to hear it on Bloomberg. You're hearing it right here because this is what's happening. Okay, so again, gold is trading inverse to the dollar yen, and that's taking place right now. And if you overlay the two charts, you'll see what I'm talking about. But take my word for it, or go try it out yourself and test it. But right now, if the dollar yen pulls back, gold will get a bid. So keep that on the radar today. All right, everybody, looking at the markets. Right now, the time is 8:56. Futures are flat on the session. And why are they flat? Simply because dollar yen is starting to pull back. Dollar yen pulls back, market will go down and gold will go up. We'll see how it plays out a little bit later in the day. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.